I'm Will, he, him, and I play Moxie, she, her.
I'm Sarah, she, her, and I play Freya, she, her.
I'm Steve, he, him, and I play Aura, he, him.
I'm Imi, she, her, and I play Ahmaya, she, her.
I'm Mike, he, him, and I'm playing Eugene Bannatyne, he, him.
I'm Ruthie, she, they, and I play Sentinel/Jax, they, them.
I'm Charlie, he, him, and I'm your DM. So, you guys are in the chasm city of Delnori. Thank you. And you currently, I'm going to start again when Amy stops fucking giggling.
Are you okay, bro?
What, you mean all of this shenanigans won't stay in?
I'm sure Im can do something with it. Okay. Ready?
So
Times
pretty.
Charlie had a mental
You
breakdown.
tried to launch the watch at him, just to slap.
Right.
Might leave.
Come on, children.
Yes.
He's going to kill us. TPK is possible.
TPK is always possible.
The
Yeah.
library.
It'll probably be to the bomb.
What's that smell?
Why does it start ticking?
Speaking of bombs, Aura, it has become his. So it has become Aura's pet project to create a bomb for an archway, which is in your current location of Delnori, the Chasm City on the coast. You are aware of a couple of things that are going on. Number one is this archway that Aura wants to blow up. I think everyone else has mixed feelings about it.
Kaboom!
What did the archway ever do to
Mixed
you?
feelings is subtle, it's like an understatement.
So you want to blow up the archway or stop what Crissaphaene's Lotus thieves are up to, and what they're up to is trying to fix this Opal archway underneath the Skur Street canals, and then go through it into these other strange worlds and seek out things called Schivers. And you believe that Dolan Crissaphaene wants them to make himself immortal in some way. You also have connected your friend Mordarin with Dolan, so his dearest mother turns out could be currently seeing Dolan. It definitely was in the past. And so that's kind of been going on in the background. You stopped the robbery. Well, no, you didn't stop the robbery, but you stopped a lot of deaths up in the robbery when the Touch Lotus guys stole a lot of ingredients they were going to use to repair the archway. But currently, you're also on another mission for another group of people, which is the Oddmium Trist crew, who paid you a large amount of money, or at least forwarded you a large amount of money, to their expenses, to basically find a lost map, or at least half of the map that they had. They already had one piece of it, and they needed you to go into the guild garden and search out the other half. And it will lead them, they hope, to a place called Yelanriae, which is some kind of chamber that was buried in the sea along with the rest of the city of Zarlumai. And they think that they're pretty sure that in there are sort of very valuable secrets from pre-unbinding time, very valuable relics, and that is what they want. And they've agreed to take you along on the voyage, should you succeed in finding this map fragment. So you've spent a week doing various things. Sentinel has been working, I think, a fair amount.
I've lost all my money.
Oh no.
It's gone.
What, from D&D Beyond?
I've gone back to 175 gold, and I definitely had more than that because I was really close to paying my £300.
If you're close to 300,
I think I was like 200 and something.
Yeah, I would have
Maya
said
was
so.
sneaking money in.
I think I was
Yeah.
like 280.
Us as well,
I was really close.
I mean, that sounds about right. And I've been looking at them recently, and I think it was around
I'm
that
pretty sure I
as
was
well.
close to about 1,000.
Yeah.
And
I was just really close, and I
like
worked so hard.
I had like 600 platinum, I think, lying around.
So you guys,
nothing.
you guys got some week passes at the library. So you had a week of research for a few of you. I think you invested the whole time in research, apart from your one extra day. So your 6th day was spent digging into trying to find evidence of this map and start basically some kind of trail of evidence to find this map in the library of the Delnori University, also known as the Archivist Guild. So before we dive into the details, we will begin with this with your research. So every day for the last week or so, you've come and gone from the library, and you've got used to the process. You arrive, you're checked in with Nicholas, who is one of the archivists here, and he escorts you to your familiar reading desks and sofas. And you often, midway through the day, pop to the dais ward for food, maybe some drink, and then you read and work in the afternoon until the sun sets beyond the seawall, closed books, interlacing bookmarks into pages, and you file outside with the rest of the guild. Guards check you over, just check you're not stealing stacks of books.
But do they mind if you're only stealing a single book? If it's stacks of books, that's problematic in a single book.
You guys, no, you're not allowed to. You can't leave the library.
Oh, can I
it's a library.
Aura, you're not supposed to fold the pages over. Use a bookmark.
Yeah, that gets an eye.
It's all priests now.
But they kind of eventually they get used to your antics a little bit. They nod as you leave the foyer, and this is familiar. This structured routine that you've got is the very opposite to the chaos of the last few weeks that you've been navigating, and it feels pretty good. Sentinel probably in a different way. You're back to a job. You know,
it's so much money.
There's more processed.
$30 gold a day, motherfuckers.
There's more structure to life. But hopefully, with this dedicated research will come some small revelations, hopefully. So, as everyone's probably realised, or our listeners, Sarah's not here. We were going to begin, I think, with all the research, and Freya's was part of that. I will park that for now, because I don't really think that, we'll just kind of flash back to Freya's lore next time when she's here. Because, it just doesn't seem right to start spilling all the deets that she wants without her being here. So, we can deal with any repercussions of that after. I think it should be fine, though. So we will.
If the library explodes in the meantime?
We will start with. We've done Ahmaya.
Yeah.
Who the only other two big lore researchers is Moxie and Aura, right?
Yeah, I'm doing other stuff.
You're doing other stuff. Sentinel will come to and we'll chat about it. And unless you've decided what you're going to do. But
I mean, I can keep the Sealcraft stuff, but I don't.
Okay. Or you could take an extra day work, or. Okay, cool. Well, we'll start with you guys. I will roll odds and evens. Odds, evens.
He is pretty odd.
Odds it is. So, Moxie, you did have I think your first few hours were actually on unredacting something,
yes.
Wasn't it? Which you successfully did, and learned a little bit about the unanointed. Mm-hmm. And that was linked with the rigor route and some kind of government body. But your main body of research of the week was about Onru, the labyrinthine, and that kind of stuff, right?
Yes, about
Julian's patron. Yeah, that's it.
Patron.
Julian's patron. So, if you could...
In a tequila business?
Yep.
The illegal
that'd be
tequila
pretty
business.
cool. So, research, in-depth research, which you have undertaken. Mm-hmm. You are in a fully stocked library, so you get a +1. Mm-hmm. You aren't spending any additional gold, I don't think, unless you choose to. For every extra 100, you will get another +1.
Yeah, no, I wasn't planning on spending any
It's
extra.
an expensive +1.
Yeah. Okay. You will have advantage because you have Nicholas and or Ansel, I guess, if you wanted to get him to collect books.
Yeah.
So
He centers me. Yeah.
very nice.
He said.
Okay, roll your investigation check for the week.
18 plus 9, so 27.
Very nice. Okay, so you will learn 2 pieces of lore or something very significant. And I think I have something just
For
you. So,
There's a page in the book that just says, "Hello, Moxie," and it carries on.
Hello, Moxie. Here is all the lore you need to know.
right, that's it.
Powering up.
Point 12 on.
Okay, so
Double-spaced.
You're getting real back into the act of studying, and probably one of the only people here who really, other than Eugene, of course, who really delved into books in a big way in your past.
Hey.
Apologies.
Ahmaya canonically cannot hold a book up properly.
This learned scholar over here.
Yeah.
And you,
I didn't like studying, but
no, but this one,
part of the job.
yeah, and I guess back then it was almost it was school, right? Whereas now this is like, I want to know this, I want to understand this thing, and obviously this is connected to your brother, and that really drove you through this in a way that was very different to your studying of school, and you begin to just be consumed by these books, and the world blurs outside. The peripheral vision just becomes the dark stacks of the library, and you're flicking through books and books and books, and eventually you don't need Nicholas's help. You're just navigating the references and picking out tomes, and eventually you come across one that is titled Legend or Forgotten Reality, Exotic Beings. It was written soon after the Asildian War, which is about 1,740 years ago. This book was written,
Give or take.
And it goes into a creature known as Onru. And it says, well, you learn, the creature known as Onru, the caustic one, great hoarder of the borrowed worlds, is believed to be a fiend with a unique origin. Fiends that are more familiar, although extremely rare, tend to originate from worlds known as the Pits of Babel, Perdum, or Hanakesh, to name a few.
Hanakesh. Remember that one.
But the being Onru, now known as the Labyrinthine, was born of the court of Desolence in the lowest fluxes of evil. Said to have been born from the nightmares of a crest coil called Veric Morgvith, the throne of Ash, when she struggled to change herself from a god-born Eurakos into a form that would survive in the new moment after the great unbinding ended creation. Onru became a visceral and permanent reality of her nightmares and took on a twisted form of chitinous insectoid races that inhabited the Court of Desolence. And it challenged Morgvith, her rule of the Court of Desolence, but was defeated by her and banished. After its failure, Onru fled to the Burrowings for thousands of years. Here it became a pilgrim lord as it corrupted the dwellers of the Burrowings, a troglodyte ruler of the dark between. After millennia passed, Onru the Labyrinthine is said to have found a locked away place, a great divine seal gone rotten and eaten away by its own caustic miasma. Within that place was a grand tower of metal, stone and light, and it was here that Onru made a home for millennia. At long last, it belonged. In its triumph, it began making new burrowings of its own, vicious tunnels that left walls of the entanglement seething with scabs and scars. If stories tell true, here it will likely remain, largely away from Discordia, unless disturbed. Its other name, the Great Hoarder, refers to its absolute will to collect and own, finding solace in the nooks within the burrowings and owning the place as its own. Though there is another rumour about Onru. As a creature born of a nightmare, it is thought that it seeks out lost souls whose lives were ended or tainted by terrible violence, and it sequesters them. It is thought that Onru imprisons them in small facet dimensions, where it visits and toys with them until they submit to be its servant. Though the soul-collecting part of this tale is most likely to be a folk tale to scare children into avoiding a life of violence, talk of a fractured dimension conjures a terrifying line of inquiry. Could these fractured places be created by the known Great Wound in the entanglement, possibly the same wound associated with the unbinding event that destroyed a complete plane of existence? Are these fractured realms then created from the broken pieces of that place? The last connection with Onru in these places is that some of these facet dimensions, Onru is now thought to remain in one of these towers. A tower, sorry, not the fractured dimensions, it's a burrowing. A tower found by reckless explorers before the Empire outlawed otherworldly travel, should we link with deities. They found evidence that Onru had broken into this once sealed place, and this tower is reported to be a pyre between worlds. The mind boggles at why it was sealed away, and at the power of Onru's caustic miasma, if it's capable of burning through even divine sealing. And as agreed, unless it's routed from its burrowing kingdom, there it shall hopefully remain. And that is your big...
Well, I honestly thought you were about saying that's where we're ending today.
Okay.
Cool.
You don't have to write all that down, obviously.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah. I'll send. I can always send you the notes or the clip, I guess. But yeah. Okay.
Cool. Thank you.
Okay. So, should we move straight on, or do you want to do anything off the back of that immediately?
No, I think can move on, and then and I think everyone's all got all of their lore.
Okay.
Then, come together and discuss.
Very nice. Okay, so we'll move on to Aura.
Boom.
So, there was a lot in there. There was a lot. Yeah. So if you need anything, like for today's session, confirmed, just shout, because this is a lot. Okay, so Aura, you I guess maybe, and you tell me if I'm wrong, this is not Aura's natural habitat, a library.
Only on weekends.
So your blacksmith's hands make a bit of a mess of the cotton gloves, but after a while, you become tuned into the place, and you start picking your way around, and you are looking at winged people, right?
Yeah, and sort of Zarlumai, and sort of as it looks like we might be going there, sort of what we might expect from it, what it was like, just sort of.
Yeah, like so what it was like in its past, and or before it crumbled.
It's heyday.
It's heyday, yeah. Okay, so same as Moxie, you have the help of Nicholas. You're in a fully stocked library, so you'll get +1 for the library and advantage for Nicholas's help. You can spend an extra 100 gold if you want more +1s.
Can I ask for guidance from Freya if she's here?
It's a whole week roll.
Oh, okay.
So it wouldn't work because it's like it's not a single moment. But 100 gold for every +1, up to 6 as a max. If you've got 600 to drop on a book.
No, I've only got 485 to drop on a book. I'm going to dump 300 into that.
Please roll well.
Man, if you roll a 1.
Yeah.
Damn, okay. Did not expect.
Unless I can insight the books, it's not, my investigation isn't great.
Okay, that is, marked off 300 from your...
Yeah.
And that is now +4 with advantage.
19.
Not bad.
Very nice.
13, so.
You get a solid...
Not bad for the 13 as
Yeah.
well.
You get a
The first
solid
one was a
piece of lore
6,
for that. A solid piece of lore for that.
Okay.
Not like a broken piece of lore.
Not
or
a
a liquid.
not a liquid or a gas.
I've basically got a threshold, and if you meet it, I will give you what I've got here, basically, at this point.
Yeah, I don't think I can.
Especially when you drop 300 gold, I'm not going to lie, I didn't ask that. Okay.
Double ones.
Snake eye.
You're in a library.
The book is upside down.
The only place you can find her in a dead language.
If you roll 2 1s, kaboom.
You just explode. So...
It's a contained explosion, though. Nothing affects them.
Yeah, it's just Dawn. After many days, your hands, as much as they're hardened from blacksmithing, they're not designed to be sat there holding a book for 8 hours every day. And eventually, you're getting awkward positions. You're getting stiff from sitting down so much.
Sorry, Aura, are you still wearing all of your armour?
Just got a shield on the table.
Clink, clink, clink.
You never know when an explosion will happen.
Yeah, you must be so uncomfortable.
It's so hot.
Just like laying on the sofa.
Just sweating.
I just really like the idea of every now and again you hearing just Aura go, "You're right, Aura. Yeah, I'm fine."
Chainmail clank as he wipes his breath.
Clank, 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 clank.
Coach,
No, he's probably been laying on the sofa, like feet up, like fully Full armour.
Yeah, every now and again, Nicholas, he's not even telling you anymore, he's just pulling your legs off of the desk, your feet off the desk onto the floor.
You need to go to the artifice and see if you can get some sort of built-in fan.
Yes.
So,
It's a good idea, next time.
after 5 long days, you find a book. Just the one.
You've been looking for books the whole time. Not one. There's one.
You find a book that gives you hope that your search is coming to an end, at least for this subject. It is heavy for the size of the book. It's like the bindings are made of lead, and on the front of it are runes that you don't recognise. They kind of give you the impression of sigillism, but they look different.
Can't read it, can I?
But yeah, you don't know what they mean. But they definitely look like magical runes. They don't look like just designs. And this is an old tome. And it has a warning on the front page once you open it.
Well, it may explode.
It says...
just filled with toxic gas.
It says on the front page, "In this tome is word of things that should be left to lie. Use this as teachings of the past, but do not meddle with it."
Well, I think that bit's going out the window.
No, it sounds fake.
And in this book, with that roll, you find that the Zarzotic Isles, as a summary of what you find, the Zarzotic Isles and Delnori were once linked, as you knew. They were linked by land. During the Great Unbinding, the seas shifted and broke the ground underneath the city. And the very plates that made up the world broke open, the land split. The western seas, now the broken seas, expanded and fragmenting the land, and the great city of Zarlumai fell into the sea, and the only remains of the land that was there are now the Zarzotic Isles. And where the Zarzotic Isles now rest, that whole area around it is a sort of unknown city of Zarlumai. And in this book, and probably I think you already know this, but in the language of the stone men, Signora, Zarlumai means the home of the winged ones. And then the book goes on to talk about something I don't think that you've heard. Others have. It talks about beings known as crest coils. And it says, to give context, our understanding of the crest coils is as follows. During the scattering, which was around 30 to 50,000 years ago, some of the living Eurakos travelled with the origin races to parts of the entanglement they felt an affinity with, and they changed themselves to live there with the mortals in harmony. They came to rule and protect those planes. These were called the crest coils. After the Great Unbinding, they themselves were more apt for change, and they managed to alter their beings even more. Because yes, they were still creatures of creation, as their Eurakos brothers and sisters were, but to thrive, they had to change themselves again to live in the new era of duration. After the gods themselves, they are the oldest living beings to live, or at least they're thought to be. They make up the great thrones of the entanglement ruling the outer planes, but in truth, there was also one crest coil for Discordia, or they was elected by mortals. Before the great unbinding that sent into the sea Zarlumai, it was the home of the Eurakos, the one Eurakos that led humanoids. Away from Crissaphaene, Zarlumai was where Enthorandaran ruled over a now thought extinct race of people called the Asimar, the Winged Ones. He felt a connection with them, as they had a touch of divine in their blood. Many Zarlumai people were sent to Crissaphaene to serve in the Eurakos Palace. In Zarlumai itself, Enthorandaran was a passive leader of mortals, presiding over Zarlumai and taking charge guarding the mountain chambers, and leading up to the Great Unbinding, he came to be the bearer of the shield heirloom, the Anchor, and became known as the Anchor himself, as he was one with it. After the Eurakos of Crissaphaene could not stop the forging of the false body, he and the other heirloom bearers fought the false coil in this form. Many were killed, and it is unknown in this text what happened, but the result was the edge bloomed over the battleground, turning Crissaphaene to dust, and Entherandoran halted it. It is thought that a god took on the deeper wound of the edge into itself, but Entherandoran is the scab, the scar. After the fall of Zarlumai and Crissaphaene, his surviving faithful came to him and built their homes in the dust of the edge to be close to him. They came to be known as the Serene, and eventually managed to balance the power of the edge with Entherandoran's own, fighting whatever came through from beyond.
Cool. That's a lot.
Okay.
I blew up the library.
My work here is done.
Okay. So, I think that is at least the lore done, the big lore anyway. We have Sentinel and we have Eugene left. Now, Eugene, you've done a bit, so haven't you? You've done your work, you've done a bit of exploring. So you guys let me know what's left to do and let's talk.
Do you want me first?
No, you go.
Right. I want to. Yeah, I mean, I won't be here a while.
Fuck.
I want to. So when you say it takes 24 hours to build the crossbow, do you mean
There
literally?
are 12 hours in it.
So
There
it
are
would take
24 hours in a day.
No, like it's going to take 2 12-hour slots. It's not just a day's work where.
If you wanted to do it in 24 hours, you can, but you'd be tired as hell.
So you have to do it in 2 days.
Yeah.
You could do it. You'd suffer a level of exhaustion. So the third day would be, you'd be not great on it, but.
I don't do other stuff.
Yeah.
First level's not too bad.
Which one's
Yeah.
the
Disadvantage on checks.
But if he's still got to do checks to do the rest of his stuff, that's where he's fucked.
Yeah.
In short.
I'll do it over 2 days.
So 2 12-hour slots.
Yeah.
That's fine. No exhaustion. So you're going to craft it.
Yes. So, I need to. Before I'll speak to Aura and be like, Aura, you know those fancy parts that you acquired?
Yes. I didn't know you knew about those.
Actually, did I know about
I
those?
don't think you did. I don't
Oh, you probably heard them clanking around.
That's all,
No,
yeah.
I don't know.
But could it have been your armour clanking around?
I think you did because he just had them when he came out of the guild.
They were in his bag.
They were in his bag.
yeah.
It's not making
He
a
wasn't
deal.
flaunting them around.
No,
Maybe you
you
saw the
didn't
fancy.
do.
Maybe you saw the fancy parts when I got the gold bar out the other day.
That's also legit. It's possible. It's up to the two of you.
Yeah, I was going to. Should we roll for it? Because
I can't remember whether you saw them or not.
I don't think you've shown us, and like
I'm happy with that then.
deliberately.
Yeah,
but
I'm happy.
You could roll perception to see if you saw it.
Well, Aura, would you have hidden them from Eugene?
Because I would have been
That's
mad with
also
you.
true.
I mean, actually, I might have got them out when you were making the explosive. Like,
Do we need these?
If you're not, I would say, if you're not intent on hiding them from Eugene, then
No.
let's do a general perception roll. Is a good idea.
Cool.
Perception roll.
Sorry to backseat.
No, it's a good shout. If he
I
was-
rolled a 6, so I didn't it.
You tried
Or
to
it's like
help.
safe for another day.
I had some, but I think I've sold them.
we gave it a go.
So can I buy 50 gold's worth of fancy parts, please?
You absolutely can. You wander off to the workshop quickly.
I'll just double check it's 50. I think it is 50.
Yeah, I can see it. I'll read out the ingredients for the listeners. So you need horsehair, and for you guys, you need horsehair, fancy artificing parts worth 50 gold, a small coil shard worth 100 gold, and the unique sigils listed in this blueprint.
Do I have to go and buy a horsehair?
Nah, we can.
Okay.
You could have easily picked it up in the workshop
Okay.
with the fancy parts.
You
So
could
that's-
have picked up off the street. Also, I really love fancy parts being like, no, I cannot possibly have your regular parts. Please give me your fanciest.
They have a
parts."
separate drawer for fancy parts.
And they are called fancy.
The drawer is gilded.
Is there a
Is this
tier
when-
above
is this-
fancy parts?
it's just when I see
it?
Eugene come back with the fancy parts. It's like, I've got some of those. Do you want them?
Splendiferous.
Splendid.
There was a character in our Session 0 that was called Splendiferous.
Splendiferous parts.
I don't know who this name was.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm going to use a jolt or two of something special blueprints to soup up my crossbow. and make it all fancy with my fancy parts.
Very nice. Okay.
Do I have to roll? Oh, it has a DC 16 check.
D16. It's only one roll, so you have the 24 hours.
Can I go into the Artificers Guild to do this? I don't know if I'll be allowed to go in there.
You could definitely try
Can I try to go in the Artificers
to use the workshop.
Yeah.
Sure.
He's got his little badge.
Yeah. So
I'm like you. I'm adjacent.
I guess it would be you visit to get the extra parts you need, and who was the name of our
Tulip.
Tulip was the fellow, but there was the guy in the workshop.
No one
I've
remembers
not
him.
been to the
I don't think we've been
workshop.
to the workshop.
Only
He
or
was not in the fire. Was he not? Was he not
No,
around?
there was no one in
Oh,
there.
no, no one was in there when I went in.
Yeah, it was
I think
just
I
Tulip.
did speak to Tulip, so I would ask for Tulip
That's right.
at the desk.
Okay, but if you went into the workshop, you bought your fancy parts. You were dealing with. It would have been in the Artiforium as well, the workshop shop and the Artiforium.
Workshop.
The workshop shop is what it's called. And the Artiforium is where you buy artificed magical items. It's basically think wacky clockwork magic shop. And
Why haven't we been here before?
you know that they're there.
We didn't know.
You know they're there. I told you
I would
there
like
are
to
two
sell my
ways of
fancy
buying
parts.
magical items. There's like
No, I know.
yeah. Anyway. So I'll give you a quick. So the walls are covered in clockwork objects hanging by hooks, standing on polished shelves, bottles of various oils, glues, lubricants all over one wall entirely.
You can't
it out,
put
guys.
me and Ubi like looking at each other.
We're like two teenage boys.
There are stacks of fancy gears, levers, other prefabricated components that are all kind of piled up, ready to be used for
I
various
take a
constructions.
deep breath as I sort of want to smell the place.
Oh yeah, it smells of like it smells of engine oil.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and metal filings.
Smells of men.
There is a table in the corner with an order ledger on it.
Covered in massive steak.
Just covered in men.
And on the table is what looks like a steaming conical flask. And
I want to look at that conical flask.
smell drifts across to you of elderflower, but there's no one in here.
It is what? Oh, I want to pick up that flask. I'm not going to drink it yet.
Chug it.
Can I waft it?
Yeah, you can waft it.
Is it sugar or
Yes.
salt?
Smell the bouquet.
Yeah.
You are not there.
It's bouquet time.
So you get a strong smell of it. Like I said, of elderflower, but it's concentrated with berries and citrus. You think this is a tea, and when you realise that it's a tea, you hear a loud, booming voice from the hallway.
So loud and booming, right?
Well, when's the bloody slacker going to be back? You've beaten round the bush, Kennick. When's the man gone to get Talisid guards off his back for, huh? He's like, the other voice like, I'll hold down the fort. And he's like, sorry, this is the same guy. It's the same fucking guy. I'll hold down the fort in the meantime, but you owe me a beer. Just get in the... And then this other voice says, get in the Auditorium, Bailey. And
I'm just there holding tea. I want them.
And stumbling through, you see a 5-foot dwarf with a buzzed hair, like buzzed paint
He's just
hair.
buzzed.
Yeah.
Is this my new best friend?
He's got a bit of a messy beard, thick rimmed glasses, and wears the grey and black robes of the artificers. But their robes have been cut to a mid-thigh coat, and he's got brass garters around his sleeves to put, like making puffs around his elbows because it's all too big for him. So he's cut his jacket at the legs and he's pulled up the sleeves and with garters, so it's all puffy around his biceps. My apologies.
I was going to drink the tea.
Oh, well, thank you.
I'm literally holding the tea.
He just snatches it off you.
I was just
Pulls out
intrigued
a...
by how much it was, the bubbles it was giving off.
Oh, well, he pulls out one long brass straw, pops it in, then he gets another one, pops it in as
Brass?
well. Yeah.
My guy.
He takes a drink and just as he's sipping, he just hands it over to you.
Oh my god, it's like a milkshake float. They're sharing a little drink.
I want to use this straw.
Yeah, it's really hot.
Suck me some tea.
It's very hot. But after the initial burn on the roof of your mouth, your tongue, it's very it's very floral, herby, and then the aftertaste is sweet elderflower and berries.
Do I now have to take death saves?
No.
We're good.
Right. Apologies about that. Our senior fellows been carted off for questioning.
Oh, Tulip.
Oh, you know Tulip?
Yeah, I met Tulip after the explosion.
Oh, right. Well, it's something to do with that. He's been questioned by House Talisit. Apparently, he sent some people around, something to do with a body or something. Anyway.
That was me.
What can I do you for?
Oh, well, I came here to buy some fancy parts.
Oh, yep. How many you want?
Introductions first, actually. My name's Eugene Ballantyne. I'm
It's a pleasure.
of the Alchemy Guild.
Shakes your hand, very
Like
grip.
a traveling alchemist, I suppose I am now.
Well, it's wonderful.
Field alchemist.
We
as it
often
were.
get alchemists who come in here. Fields cross over somewhat.
But anyway, I'm here to buy some fancy parts. I'm working on a project.
Okay.
On a crossbow. And I start waving my crossbow about.
Okay, put that over there. There we go.
It's not loaded. I'm sorry. I was just
Okay, well-
showing you. I get very excited about my crossbow.
Well, we get very excited about safety. Sorry about that. I got out of this. But seriously, don't shoot me in the leg.
But you mean you haven't done a risk assessment of this place?
No.
Oh gosh, I don't know if I should be working in here.
Are you going to lose another day?
He just starts putting down fancy parts. You go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
50 gold's worth.
Oh, okay, there you go. There's a stack up. Hands me over.
And so I'm going to use a coil shard with the fancy parts, and
You need one of
see what
those.
happens. Oh no, I do have.
Oh,
one.
okay.
I do have another project though, so I might need to. Oh yeah.
Very quick question: is it come out of Sarah's or is it coming out of the one?
Oh, Sarah's.
Cool.
I did kind of forget about that when I started. No, I'm good.
Oh, she's paying for it, is she?
Yeah.
Nice.
I already had one.
Oh, the coil shard, I see.
I was going to use it for my bird.
Yeah,
well, I haven't made yet.
Yeah. Okay, well, that's fine. Anything else that we can get with?
No, I'm just gonna. Am I okay to use the workshop shop to make this crossbow?
Well, yes, you're not a member of the guild, so there is a small fee, but you absolutely can.
And I'll be here for 2 days.
Just have a look at your little. It looks at your alchemy brooch, isn't it? It's like a marker.
I guess so.
Okay. That's all I need to see. Well, you're a member of the guild, so it's not much. It's 5 gold.
I can do that.
And you have full access to the workshop. And I guess...
5 gold for 2 days.
Yes, that's fine, yes. Well, it's normally 6, but I don't mind.
What sweet.
Wow. Wow.
That's over a 20% discount.
Well, you can take that with you, and I hope it makes your day.
Oh, it certainly has, thank you.
Okay, well, I'm going to be here because Tulip's, like you said, otherwise engaged. But if you need anything, pop down here. I'll be here in the Artiforum, and you can see there's that.
Is Tulip getting married?
I don't think so, no.
Oh, okay.
I don't. I'm not aware of that, no. Okay, well, let me know if you need anything. I'll be here drinking my tea.
Cool, well, enjoy it. It's lovely tea. I'm just going to start hitting some stuff.
Very nice. Okay.
Well, no, well, actually, yes, I'm going to hit some stuff.
That was Bailey. I don't know how he said his name to you, but you heard him being shouted at by someone. So, you are going to make yourself a crossbow.
Because I don't do much artifice, I'm going to kind of do it a little bit cat-handedly.
Okay.
So it's not going to, just for flavour. Like, I've only read about it. I only really do alchemy, so I've read about artifice because they're very similar, but I don't really know my way around a workshop shop.
So swollen thumbs from like banging.
Yeah, I've hit my hand several times. I'm going to be bruised.
Ouch.
Just very cat-handed.
Okay.
But I'll still get the job done.
Okay.
Hopefully. If I roll.
So you get your +1 because you're in a fully stocked workshop.
Yep.
And I think that's probably all of the modifiers other than you get your proficiency.
Yep.
Because you're proficient with your Tinker's tools.
So it's just
crossbow.
proficiency +1.
Whatever your proficiency is on there, I guess. What's your
+3.
I think it's +3. Is it? What
Yeah.
are you guys? Yeah. Yeah. So it was going to be one check, but because you're splitting it, we'll split the check. So you can do 2.
Cool.
Which I think is probably better. Roll away. Day number 1.
Attack cocked.
Put a dice on it, see if it falls off.
Yeah.
The answer is yes.
Ooh, that's much better than 21.
Very nice. Day number 1 closes. You've effectively built the crossbow to be more powerful. You've got the new horsehair that's been alchemically altered to be incredibly taut and elastic. And you've started making modifications to the crank in order to actually cock this new incredibly powerful crossbow, but you haven't emplaced the coil shard. You need to do all the sigilism engraving tomorrow. Okay.
So yeah.
Day number 2. Roll that die.
Nah, that's a 2.
It goes wrong. I did say that you had Bailey's help. I just realised he said if you need
I'll take
anything. So you can. So I mean, that's a bit silly of me, but yeah, you roll one more dice.
I used a spanner and I was supposed to use a screwdriver.
Let's say you made the first day, you got it done, especially the alchemy side of stuff with enchanting the horsehair. And you managed to get that all done, and it becomes the actual artificing sigils are slightly different, and it confuses you.
If it's sigils, would this be an Arcana check?
You're still tinkering to create a crossbow though. So
right.
with Bailey's help, you get to a stuck point. He comes and helps.
No, it's still not going to do it.
Okay. It's a chin scratcher, that one. And then he kind of tells you that that's the problem with not necessarily the sigils that you were given, but that plus trying to tie in the coil shard and then get the crank to move freely. You're just like, you think it needs another day.
Go. Do it again.
You're going to do it again? Okay, day number 3. Bailey's help.
Dice.
Use a
Bailey's
different
help.
dice.
Yeah,
I have many I can offer you.
sure.
15.
Guidance.
Freya
No,
run!
It's got the plus one.
I forgot that, yeah, it's 16.
Oh, thank
I
God
did
for that.
+3, not +4. I
Day
have a
number-
crossbow.
Yeah, day number 3 comes to a close. You now have a crossbow that is called a Jolter 2 or something special, and it can fire very heavy alchemical ammunition. And there are various things that you can use and tell people if you wish. It now fires further as well. Normal crossbow bolts, it will fire further. You have your crossbow.
I have my crossbow.
So what is left on your list? You need to create the bolt, the alchemical bolt, or is it? Or have you?
Yeah, well, I've got the potion.
Yeah.
Or like the actual powder. So I just need to imbue that to the bolt.
Okay. And I don't think those take very long, do they?
No,
They're only 2 hours.
thankfully.
Are you going to give that?
Can I do that on the same day?
I would say the 3-day collective you can do 2 hours,
Yeah.
spare 2 hours. Yeah,
Cool. So yeah, can I make the phosphorus bolt, please? Or try to?
you can indeed.
How do I do this? Sorry, it's
Crafting
new.
the bolts. So you alter your alchemical recipe to make it an effervescing aerosol, which is very explosive under pressure, very dangerous. Take many precautions, it says, and it's included some base examples. So basically, you alter the alchemy to make it this effervescent aerosol. And you put it into a sealed glass container that will fit into a hollowed out bolt. That'll just be 1 2-hour slot for all of that.
So what am I actually rolling?
It will be. Oh, that's on adding alchemies to the list. So you need to do an experimentation roll to see how they react as effervescent aerosols, but we're not going to do that here.
Alchemy supplies plus intelligence or wisdom.
Yes. I just want to get the right DC.
Oh, fair enough.
Here it
The
is.
DC was 13 for the powder.
And it is 13 for this.
Cool. So that's going to be a... that might be a straight 13. Well, not straight 13, but yeah, 13.
Nice. Yep, success. You hollow out a bolt, you blunt the tip of it, and you make it so that when the blunt tip of this bolt hits with the new velocity, fucking hell, of the crossbow, it will effectively puncture backwards, fracturing the glass, and with the effervescent aerosol inside, the alchemy hits the air and erupts, and the effect takes place. Congratulations.
Yeah, I did it.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any days left? That's 3 days.
4.
I think we had 6 days.
It's 6 days total. So yeah, I'll have the day to. I won't be able to do like the other stuff I want to do, but yeah, I can.
So you have 1 day, and then
So that'll be the library day where I go in to actually try to.
and then you've got your 6th day as the map.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. So we'll hold fire.
Yeah, it's cool.
No, you can let's carry on.
Sure.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, fire time!
Okay, don't hold fire. Back to
Stay
the
away
library
from
on your last day. Tomorrow you're ready. You got to be ready with a map.
I asked Sarah yesterday, and she said she's gonna still cover for me, the perceptive one. She's gonna guard.
Oh,
guard the
okay,
case.
sweet, perfect. So we won't roll for all of that.
We have her stats if you want us to check anything.
I will get her to do perception rolls when he's in there.
Cool.
But you wiggle through, and you get into this little nook.
So yeah, I place the crossbow now completed. I load it up with the bolt with the phosphorus, and I
Okay, so
stick it in the hole.
So you managed to squeeze your way in behind this bookcase. You're in
I knew
this.
what I was doing.
You're in this little nook, looking through that hole, and you see through it a narrow corridor, cobwebs and dust everywhere. At the far end, directly ahead of you, is a wall, wide brazier filled with black dust and gold coals. And above it, there's a white stone tablet with something written on it, but it's covered in cobwebs. You can't see it. And you are going to do what?
So shoot the brazier.
Okay. Roll an attack.
Oh shit! I've got a. Oh, you if I miss.
You got 1 bolt.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
It's not. It's a stationary bolt.
It's still just a +1, so because the crossbow was already +1 and this is +1, so it's still just +1.
Yeah,
That's fine.
but I need to quickly check. But I may.
We'll
change
assume
it to
+1 for now.
I may change it to +2. I
That's
should
fine.
make the decision now. This is important.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't really want to be like, I misses by 1. I'm going to add an extra 1 because that's cheating.
Yeah. I'm happy for it to be
It's a
+1.
Yeah, I think +2 is a bit steep at this level. Let's do +1.
Because we haven't.
Disappointing.
No one's really got. We've only just got +1
missed their
weapons.
bloody
That'll be
weapons off
harsh.
Yes.
Yeah,
Showing
just
more
go there.
favoritism. We all know who Charlie loves the most.
Everyone.
Yeah.
The answer is everyone. I love everyone just the same.
Why did you stare at me when you said that?
Because he does
Fuck.
technically.
Oh, that's
But it'd
fine.
be weird if he did.
18.
18.
Does it hit?
That hits.
God.
It hits a wall.
You know, Eugene knows the stakes, and you're like, oh my god, I can't see what I'm aiming at through this hole. You spend a few minutes and you're just like, I've just got to do it. You pull the trigger.
I do close my eyes to make it look cooler.
You close your eyes, pull the trigger, and thunk. You hear a and as you look through, there is a blindingly bright fire. This small.
You all thought I was going to destroy the library.
Yeah.
Only in this little cavern.
For now.
Could you get Sarah to
contained.
roll a perception check, please?
Can I roll these?
Yeah, go for it.
Does Sarah hear them? Oh, I suppose she didn't, yeah.
That's alright, Sarah, to be honest.
17.
17.
Okay. Yeah, there's a couple of people who kind of look round at the noise. It's very faint though, because it's behind a wall, which is behind a bookcase.
Side note, is that whole like perfect Eugene height in the wall?
Pretty much, it's around normal person's chest
Doesn't have
height.
to take a chair.
I'm tippy toes.
And you look through, you see this brazier. There is a pinprick of light that it's this effervescent flame in white is wrapping around from, and it burns the cobwebs away. And above that brazier that's slowly igniting, you see that what was written on this white tablet are sigils, and there's a faint flicker across them. And before you, the wall slides upwards.
Ooh.
And you can see this cobweb corridor that's 3-4 feet wide, the brazier burning gently, You see that the sigils above it, you immediately know they are heat detection sigils above this brazier.
Cool. So I go in sort of gingerly.
Okay.
And do I see anything else in the room?
At the end of the corridor, it goes about 20 feet deep and it bends to the left. You look back behind you, you can see that the mechanism of the wall that slid up, there are cutaway bricks slightly deeper in where it looks like there was an older door. And there's a kind of crumbling old mechanism that was once used and it's since been replaced, probably in the last 100 years, with this new mechanism, and made to be disguised into the wall. And yeah, if you go to the end of this corridor to next to the brazier, the corridor switches back, and if you go there, you will see where it leads.
Yeah.
Okay. There are stairs that go down into a dark, small room.
I go down the stairs.
Okay. Cobwebs are literally covering you at this point. He's like, Indiana Jones in the temple when there's literally like swathes of cobwebs, and he's like pushing his way through.
Eugene with spiders?
Little squeamish.
Squeamish.
The walls just start screaming. Yeah, we're just sat in the library.
You make your way down these steps. They're gritty. The cobwebs are really pulling at your clothes, your moustache, and you move down into a small square room, and you're seeing purely with your dark vision and the faint flickering light of the brazier from behind you, casting a strip of light through the middle of this square room. You believe that you're directly under the library at this point, and in the room, as your eyes begin to focus, you see a stone throne-like chair, and in that chair is a body. They're wearing crumbling robes. They're the size of they're probably about 6-7 feet tall, and they were standing tall. Their crumbling robes have gone bleached grey over the years, and they're thin, they're angular in their bones. Their hands are narrow and longer than many humanoids, like humans, for example. And the exposed, desiccated skin of their face and their hands is pale, papery, covered in dust. But there is a noticeable pattern, and there is a pigment that's frozen in soft, waving stripes, like brushstrokes of blue, black on white. And in their outstretched hand that rests on the arm of the throne is a dust-covered, broken lexicon. The cube is fractured, crumbling into smaller cubes, and at the center of this something seems to be holding it together in a way, but you can't make it out.
Can I whip out the other lexicon? Mm-hmm. Lexicon.
Hello, Master Valentine.
I found another lexicon, I suppose. I don't know what it is, but it appears to be broken. Can you detect anything around it?
There is and you hear a pause in his voice, very unlike him. There is dormant information. I think it's dark in here.
Well, yes, it is very dark, and even to light up the room. Or do you mean?
No, I mean, I can't see it's. I can't see it in its complete form. It's like it's out of my sight. But yes, you're right. There is something here.
Would you know how I would fix? If you were broken, how would I fix you?
I am afraid that is far beyond my knowledge at the moment. The more disquisitions that I consume and read, the more I remember, the more... It's not about memory, it's about introducing lost information. It may be one day that you could write a disquisition, but to fix me, that would require an enriver. And alas, I do not know if any still live, or if maybe one day you may be capable of such things, Master Valentine.
Well, thank you for your help. And I put the lexicon away.
Okay.
Can I just search this? Is it a skeleton, or what did you say? Like how,
It is. It's
very old.
Yeah, desiccated. It's basically a skeleton covered in paper skin. Robes are crumbling.
Just carry it out.
Take a single bone.
Hey, Moxie, look what I found.
Moxie, I got you a present.
Can I search the corpse and see if I find anything else on it?
You absolutely can. Roll an investigation check.
20, but not natural.
So brave.
I'm shaken.
But you're being so brave.
Are you just searching the body?
At the. I'm gonna search the body first, but I will search the room.
So you search the body. You begin gently, probably not touching the arm resting with the lexicon. You begin gently looking at any markings on his robes. There's no markings on the robe, and they just crumble away. It's almost like a kind of papyrusy type material. It's so the fibers are delicate and pulling away from each other. But you don't feel anything on this person other than its robes, and underneath where the flesh is still intact, you see more of these wavy marblings, this brush strokes of pigment, but nothing on them.
Does the pattern mean anything to me? The colours? Because I'm trying to remember what the alchemy colours are.
Roll an intelligence check without proficiency.
That's going to be 22.
The pigments on this person, they are the same as something you've seen before, but they are frozen. They are the markings that were similar on the skin of the disciple.
Ooh.
The marbled movements that kind of washed over his skin, but in this person they are now frozen in place.
Interesting. And now can I look around before I touch the lexicon?
Yes.
Very carefully, can I look around the room and see if there's anything else?
Roll an investigation check.
Natural 20.
Very nice. You find under a huge each corner is completely covered in cobwebs, and it doesn't take you long to clear away some of them. And in one there's a small tile in the floor that's got a broken corner, and you just it looks like there's a gap underneath it, and you pull it away gently, and the grinding of stone fills the space for a minute, but you pull it out, and inside is a small alchemist's bag. It looks far newer than this place. There's a silver clasp. It is covered in dust, but as I said, it's not in the desiccated state. It's a nice bag. Do you open the bag?
Yes.
As you open it, it smells slightly musty, but there's a cleanness about it. And inside are divided areas. It's divided by purple wool-lined sections, and they hold 2 large vials and many other narrow vials. And inside of this case is, if you take a few minutes to look through it, a greater healing potion, 6 of every common reagent.
Shit.
Holy fuck.
3 of each uncommon reagent, 2 of each common essence, and 1 of each uncommon essence.
That's insane.
Merry Christmas to Eugene.
Just leave the lexicon.
She's like, I'm done, I'm out.
And now you can actually do some alchemy.
Oh,
If only I had an extra day. So 6 of each common, 3 of each of uncommon.
Reagents.
Yeah.
2 of each common essence.
2 common essence.
And 1 of each uncommon essence. I just realised, many sessions ago, I was like, what you're doing is so expensive. You're obviously, as a spellcaster and wizard, is similar for Moxie, but I was like, we've created this thing, and there's so many barriers to do what an alchemist actually does. I was like, oh man, my poor guy, all he wants to do is make potions. So I just thought, let's make it easier.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
That's cool. And yeah, to sort of finish up then, I'm going to try to very carefully pick up this broken lexicon.
Okay. So as you pick up this, it is it's broken. The pieces of this slate grey cubes fall apart as you take it up. But you do notice that inside there is it's almost like a rod through the middle of this, made of dark metal. And as you pick up the lexicon, it kind of crumbles, and in the sort of center ring of the lexicon, which is one of the only pieces that seems intact, there is this rod resting through the middle of it.
I'll have a look at the rod then, I guess.
Okay. It is covered in intricate scrawlings, almost impossibly intricate. They look kind of like a cross between sound waves and hieroglyphics.
Would it? So it could fit into the lexicon I have, I suppose.
Yes, it could.
I speak to my lexicon again.
Okay. Hello, Master Valentine.
I found this rod in the broken lexicon. Can I put it in? That was even me. I was just like, can I put it inside you and see what?
Can I put my rod inside you? Those are the words he said.
Oh no.
It's always good to get consent, kid.
I have a feeling this is what I was detecting, I believe. Yes, I will read it if you allow me.
So I put the rod inside the lexicon and let's see what happens.
Just let that one settle for a minute.
I think if you let there be silence, it's just gonna get worse.
Because I'm gonna look at Amy and she's gonna giggle and I'm gonna giggle.
So you thread this through, and it makes a faint kind of clanging.
Like anything you say from now on, I'm just gonna laugh.
I'm just gonna look down.
It's
and
not your
look at
fault.
any
It's
of you.
just
So good.
I'm just gonna look down. And
You
not
described it as a rod. It's
I
your
know.
fault.
I'm sorry. It's my fault.
It's fine, just putting our heads down.
We're just gonna look down. Carry
put the
on.
rod in the box.
Yeah.
Okay.
You lube it up first.
Go back to the workshop.
It fits easily.
Jam it in.
You don't need lube. It is. You're actually unsure of what material this is. There's it's like a cross between charcoal and lead. It's heavy. It makes a scraping up against the lexicon, but it's definitely. I'm really struggling to kind of get us back on an even keel here. For a moment, there's nothing. You don't hear anything from the lexicon, and then you hear its voice. This is a disquisition. Simple. Its purpose is to store memories. It's hastily written. And then the broken cube begins to glow in the hands. Bits of it glow faintly. The logic appears scattered, but it gives me some context that I lacked before. And the dust on the surface of the broken lexicon ignites into smoke, and then fades and dies out. Seeking current time of the ancestral scar date, estimating, confirmed, 10,892 years post unbinding. The current TIS date, 10,892. Piecing together deposited memories, and you hear like buzzing sounds and scratching, almost like scratching records. There's a voice talking impossibly fast, and then low, slows, settles into the lexicon's voice. The Tirlar, a people of suppressed chaos who sought to change their nature. The scattering, during the moment of creation. 30 to 50,000 years pre-ancestral scar date was a time when the stone judges, known by other origin races as Eurekos, were spreading origin races across the worlds of the entanglement, finding where each species felt at home in the tame fluxes of magic, conducted and guided by Evrain's hand. The origin races changed to fit the fluxes of magic that were natural to their new worlds, as dictated by the knotted compass. A few strange Eurekos split away to become living gods of their planes, but many remained in Discordia neutral in their home, Chrysylum, the kingdom of glass. History teaches us that the scattering was a time where each plane, each race, found balance. All except for chaos. Despised by the Eurekos' logical nature, Despite warnings from the ones above, the Orakos hunted it down, exterminating buds of chaos like weeds, destroying chaos for its destructive nature. Whenever chaotic life arose, it was cleansed. This left a terrible imbalance in the fluxes, an overflowing of chaotic potential that would soon become called the Eye of Chaos. In the Eye, the depths of Tearlos, an unlikely chaotic life spawned, an intelligent one, self-aware and hidden from the Orakos, the Tearlar, chaotic humanoids who were intelligent enough to hide from the Stone Judges. After many thousands of years, we Tearlar became so adept at hiding within the barrings between worlds that we began doing deeper, perhaps proving our dangerous, chaotic nature. There we cut through into a place no mortal should go, the deep plains, where we uncovered a small piece of the divine words that built the entanglement itself. A language was born from those words, Leopluraline, and so was the origin of enriving, the art of writing arguments and disquisitions that convince the entanglement itself that something should simply be, and so it is. It was within this primitive power that we changed our nature, to cut out chaos from our beings, to permanently alter ourselves, so we would not be hunted by the Orakos. And we succeeded. With primitive enriving, we pulled some of our innate chaos into the void, coagulated and curdled into things we called the enthralled, but we sealed them away forever in a living prison of metal. Our skin is a memory of this schism, the marbling, our bodies forever reminding us of the difference between our old and new natures. But our downfall began long before this, the very imbalance of chaos created by the Orakos that spawned us, draws things from places beyond, the outer places, untouched by the ones above, where things that were truly alien. And we had already met one. And it starts making strange noises again, and the Lexicon kind of tunes back. That was odd, but I feel different.
I assume the cube still looks the same.
Yeah.
Just with the rod,
Yeah, still a rod in it.
Just got the rod in it, yeah.
Wow, that was... that was quite something.
I believe that this could be... Well, it might be that there are more of these pieces. It felt like a piece of a story, a piece of a history.
Quite, it seemed very unfinished.
Well, thank you, Master Valentine. I thank you.
Oh, thank you. I gained knowledge I would never have otherwise.
Quite.
And I take the rod out of the... I keep the rod, put it in my bag, then put the Lexicon away and head back up and...
Okay.
Yeah.
Covered in cobwebs. With a new bag.
Yeah.
Nice new bag.
How big is this bag?
It's like a...
Bigger than him?
Oh, no, it's... it's like a doctor's bag.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Be nice.
Okay. So you make your way out. Get Freya to do another perception check for me, please.
16 plus 8.
Okay.
24.
Very nice. Yeah. She sees you coming out and she's like, wait. Okay, come on. And you're like, squeeze through the gap. Yeah.
Does the bag make it through the gap okay?
Yeah, it gives it a bit of a...
Everything breaks.
Handle comes off, yeah. Handle comes off and it's just wedged in between them.
And obviously we're in different places, but at some stage I'll relay that information to the group.
Of course.
We need another conspiracy board.
Okay. And finally, Sentinel.
Got there. Yeah.
So,
Hey man, I'd rather we carried on and did all of yours because that was more interesting than what I'm about to do.
So, you've done a few days of working.
The 3 days of
gold.
work.
So, done 3 days of work. So, you've got 2 days left and then your day of maps. So, hit me.
I was gonna do looking at the steelcraft.
You're going to do seals. Sick. So, you spend a couple of days. Well, it's 2 short ones. So, let's do... Yeah, let's do... I mean, you could leave it to you. Do you want to do a roll per day or just one roll for the whole 2 days?
Might as well do 2 if it's only 2 days.
2
I'm still
days.
getting advantage though.
You are indeed. You get the same advantages as everyone else.
What is it?
It's
been ages.
It's +1 on the for the fully stocked library, and you get Nicholas's help.
What role am I doing?
Oh, investigation. +1 and with advantage. Please.
It's 12.
Let me get my.
See, I knew there was no
You
point to this.
just enough. Okay. Before we begin, I'll do a quick. This is something I wanted to do anyway. Quick clarification on seals and seal magic, because I want to clear up any potential confusions, and I think this will be good for both use Aura and Sentinel, maybe Moxie as well. So this is only down to my own confusing you. This isn't your lore. I'll come to that in a sec. Sealcraft is an old school of magic. Old spells, works largely the same as other schools, has an emphasis on components and requires a seal crafting kit. Something you didn't know, but you need that. The 1,000 seals are divine seals that were created by the ones above after the Great Unbinding, and they were used to patch the world back together. And of the 1,000 seals, there are great and minor seals. The great seals are thought to hide away the instruments that led to the Great Unbinding, which is something you guys have known. And minor seals there's lots of them, and they're largely unknown. They can seal away events, histories, words, items, all sorts of things. Many scholars think they were terrible because they were designed to censor the world and that kind of stuff. But all seals are effectively locks, and every lock must have a key. And with the 1,000 seals, these are very broad. The key could be a completion of a specific scenario. It could be anything. But they also do have a physical location. And it is unknown if they can be overpowered, or what vast power that might require to overpower its physical manifestation. And it is thought that many of the 1,000 seals are already broken. Okay. So your first day.
That's for him.
Oh, right, cool.
You go away.
Okay, I actually did say some of the stuff I wanted to say then, but in this note, I will continue just filling in gaps because I think that's going to be useful. And it's been ages. The Great Seals were moulded by the ones above. They're mainly at the hand of Septenkal, the Lawkeeper.
I know that. So I have some notes on seals from before.
Yeah.
Did we last go to the library?
I think it was when we were on one of those happens.
Oh no, that's after the fact. I'd have to do everything pre and post Aura's backstory because I have a big capital letters Aura's backstory in my notes. So is it pre or post? It's definitely post.
Okay. I will also say that you know that you can still learn specific seal spells, the seal crafting, from the Whispered Word. You're able to go and learn spells from them at a cost. And
I imagine it's the same cost as me learning any other ritual spell.
yeah. You are unsure from the initial day research if you are able to fix a seal once it's been opened. You know that you could with might, if you were to, for example, casting seal, like using seal magic, you're creating or breaking seals. You could totally just recast one. You can make another one.
So I could replace it.
Potentially, yeah. But when it comes to the divine seals, you just don't know how you would go about that from that day of research, or whether or not you can undo an event. It'd be more like preventing. I think you've said that before. Like preventing is definitely at the moment seems the only course of action.
Cool.
Okay. Would that change your second day of research?
Probably.
Because you got one more day.
Yes, probably. Can I look into general Enigmora and see if I can find anything about Tyaska?
Okay. Yeah. Roll investigation, advantage, and a +1.
17.
17. So you get one piece of lore for your 1 day research. So, first of all, and I can give this to you for kind of free, is because you asked last time. Last entries of the Enigmora, around 5,000 years ago. It seems like the dates kind of get messy.
Yeah, I have that somewhere else. Yeah.
Cool.
See, I was just seeing it's a different library. It's a bigger library than the one in Dustmere, if there's anything else.
That's fine. So, Toyaska.
Don't tell me big words if you don't want me to look them up, bro.
Oh, no, I did. Toyaska.
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 Thank you.
This is going to be a little... I haven't got it in a neat place, but I've got stuff I want to say. Toyaska is a name that brings up a few entries. You get the feeling after a day that this is someone of myth, of legend, someone that has done things, and each of those things has led to stories. You get a feeling that... So this is someone that there's going to be a lot of conflicting information about, but through your whole day of research...
My pen's died.
Oh no!
She is referred to as something called a saint. A Eurekos that has ascended. Yes?
Are there any pictures of her?
That's a very good question. Ooh. I'm going to roll a percentile.
Please.
My big dice.
Please.
Like an autobiography where it's got that little section of pictures right in the centre.
Please.
Where's my fucking beaten? There it is.
I will throw things at you if this is not right.
Okay. There is a picture. Okay.
Stand down there.
I don't know what it is that you are after.
Is it the same woman as there is a painting of the woman in the Enigmora's office?
It is hard to say.
You fucker.
There's a picture.
Right, how do I steal a book from this fucking library?
I would say.
Go into the necklace.
The picture of her is not like a portrait. It's like a sketch of legend, but it's not ruling it out.
I hate you so much. Why have you done this to me?
And what you learn about Toyaska, she appears in a couple of places. You find her referred to as the saint, as an ascended Eurekos, and then you find her in a religious book that is absolutely official pantheon of inheritance. She is called the Saint, the Devourer of Demons. And she is known as a shining servant, one of the gods, but she is not worshipped particularly. But she does even have a chorus.
She does have a chorus.
They're called the Blind Chorus. Their symbol is a maw, or a single tooth that's pierced by a steel blade. You learn that it is thought that she fell into a place called Eviscervas.
How do I spell that, please?
EVISCERVASS.
Oh, 2 S's, damn.
And it's unclear what she did, but she is thought to have slain something of incredible evil, which is what caused her fall into Eviscervas. And there is speak of her bearing some kind of magical blade, and the legends say that it is referred to as Whispering Death, and that is what you get.
Thanks. Your pencil's mine now. For the next session.
I think it's Sarah's originally.
No, it's not. It's Slaughter, it's mine.
So, is there anything else you'd like to do on your day?
I'm not on my days of research. I'm going out drinking.
Okay, nice.
It's just me and murdering.
So what we'll do is the last day we'll finish this episode with the map day. So
Oh yeah, I forgot about the map.
the map day.
And then we can blow up the library.
My man's intent.
Stop blowing shit up.
So
I only meant to blow Joel's up.
whole library. So I am going to get
Could I roll a sleight of hand check to see if I can copy the artwork of her down?
Yes.
Thank you.
I would say, as in you're gonna the role for her likeness.
Yeah.
Can I have Zeal's help?
Yes.
That is sleight
He's
of
helping
hand.
somehow. He's holding it like a tracing thing. Sometimes being helpful, sometimes being really annoying.
With advantage then, and sleight of hand.
Yes, please. What'd you get?
13.
It's not bad. The picture itself was sort of a
that's
middle
not great
distance.
either, so the picture
Yeah,
wasn't
but
great.
exactly. So middle distance and like rendition. It was already quite a sketch of her with a blade, kind of hair flowing out of a bun. Very tall though.
Like 5'7" tall.
Yeah.
Absolutely get right.
Roast.
I mean, compared to Eugene,
True.
Yeah.
No, I don't know if we told you this.
I heard of this.
Okay. What I need everyone to do is you have spent a day each. So collectively, you have tried several tactics at researching, and I need everyone. This is going to be a skill challenge. And I need everyone to make a roll. We'll do it in any order. We can go clockwise from you, Moxie. Maybe we'll start like that. No repeated skills. So you choose a skill.
I'm gonna animal handle this shit.
Ask the animals if they've seen the map.
You need to choose a skill, and then you tell me how you're going to utilize it. And if you convince me, you can use that skill. Come up with something creative. Go for it. If you cast a spell, a leveled spell, number one, you will succeed, and number two,
All the spellcasters are like, no,
my spell-
you might get kicked out of the library. Actually, because I'm saying no repeat skills, let's do a random roll, because otherwise I'm stitching Amy up and Mike, and you guys get the easier one. So let's go.
gonna
There's how many?
command the
5 of
book.
you.
Blow up the book.
D6. I'll start at 1, and if I get a 1, I'll re-roll. Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5.
What about Freya?
Well, I was going to say you may as well have that one.
yeah,
Freya,
Of
then.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, Freya's 1, and then we'll go around.
I mean, we know what she's gonna do. She's gonna either she's
like
gonna
the
invest
object.
in
Proceed.
I'm gonna
insight.
yeah.
I go insight.
It
for-
is Freya. So
Sure.
Freya starts. So it's exactly what I just said. So
Do you have a perception or locate objects?
Because I can do any charisma based.
I will say she. I won't burn a spell slot for her, but I would say she, using her perception, she is going to very quickly scan as much of the library as possible for any mention of the word Yelanriae. So roll a perception check for Freya. please.
Should I do it on the
She
beat?
would also guide herself 100%.
I may offer up the book that I was reading if that has anything about Yelanriae in it.
Okay, roll with advantage. Actually, no, because she's doing a big sweep.
Alright.
So she's going to try and read as much about your Yelanriae as possible, as quickly as possible.
What's she doing? Perception.
Perception, so
bad.
16.
That makes it.
Okay.
That is one success. Success is on the left side of the DM screen. It is best of 5. No, it's not. It's best of 7. So
We've got to do loads.
We've got to get 4.
you've got to get 4.
Oh, I was doing bad maths.
Okay.
Roll the dice
Moxie.
again.
No, it was starting there. We'll go around clockwise.
Oh, I thought you were rolling each time, because
Alright,
you
go
said
on then.
otherwise
Yeah.
if it went clockwise, then everyone
Go on
would
then.
be...
Go on then. 5. That's Eugene.
I'm going to firebolt. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
Give me
Can I use a spell? So can I do? I don't have it obviously now, but I would have done because I can prepare my spells in the morning. So can I do detect magic to see if there's any books that have any magical?
Okay. You may have to change your
Whiffs of
retinas,
them.
but yes. Magical whiffs. And
So
your-
what did you say?
You said you may have to change your retinas.
Because there's going to be a lot of magic.
Oh, yeah.
Very bright.
So what are you exactly detecting? You're just going to be scanning for magical stuff.
I didn't think this through. I want to use magic.
you want to forfeit your go?
Okay.
No, I
Okay.
don't
As in,
know.
it's a delay, not forfeit.
Persuasion.
I didn't want to take investigation of Moxie, but I'm going to use investigation.
Through Moxie. Yeah.
I can do Arcana as well.
Perfect. Okay. So,
Or speak with furniture.
so you're going to do.
This is why it was built.
Fuck. I'm amazed that hasn't come up yet for research.
It has. We used it on a hammock.
Yeah.
So worth it. Okay, Eugene going back to his roots.
Yeah.
You get handed over a whole load of. I didn't find anything worth much about Yelanriae from Freya. She's like, I read a lot about Yelanriae. Still don't really know what it is, but I know I didn't find a map. So go.
And it's like high five, like
Yeah.
Hat your hand over.
It
Yeah.
gets you as I put my goggles on.
Oh yeah.
The old library goggles.
Like Top Gun music starts.
Roll.
I was gonna go Mission Impossible music.
Roll your investigation check. Roll
Come
it.
on, dude.
Natural 20.
Double success.
No.
Hell no.
Oh, you're a bitch.
I got 27.
27.
Thank you.
And another one.
Keep going.
Just need one more.
Double success.
Can we all still do the thing that we wanted to
Yeah.
use? So that, like,
Sure.
even
Like
if we hit
extra
the
map.
goal.
Yeah.
Not if we get extra map, but just
Nah,
because.
oh, absolutely, you can.
Find two maps.
One thing I will say, the DC is increasing each time, okay? So
Does
you're
that
now on the
natural
4th
20
level because
Oh.
you've gone up 3.
I was going to say, does that natural 20 make it worse?
No, it would have gone this way
Okay.
anyway. So you need to win. It's back to Freya, so I'll re-roll. Number 3, that's you, Jax.
I want to intimidate a nerd.
No. Not Nicholas, though. Not your boy who's helped you all.
Oh no, it was a changeover. Oh no! I run away.
Nicholas, run.
Roll up my sleeve.
Okay, tell me what you're going to do.
I'm going to intimidate a nerd.
Okay, you collar one.
A scrap nerd.
Deep in the stacks.
And they're like, I'm looking for a fucking.
You get a guy with a real like teenage mustache, like curly hair, smells a bit sweaty.
You can do. She's gonna go find a book for me. Squeeze her a little bit. I'm looking for Yelanriae. I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna break your kneecap.
Okay.
No, I'm not. I'm gonna break your page-turning fingers.
Roll intimidation check.
Your page turning.
Oh. Oh no! Oh no! Was that that one? Tell me.
Yeah.
He faints. He straight up faints. Collapses into the middle of the stacks and is just.
It sucks, but it was also very funny.
It's Nicholas and I'm like, let's clean up in aisle
You intimidated the wrong nurse.
Clean up in aisle 3.
Straight up. You hear someone retching as you're
And then I
leaving.
just turn around to Moxie and I go, hey, I'm still scary. Rika's just like watching from a corner,
Yeah.
like.
So you maybe I like the fact I think your whole day of research was just like you're just getting so frustrated you like can't figure out. You've been given a load of notes from from both Freya and Eugene. You're like, fuck. It gets to the end of the day. Fuck this. You go into the stacks, grab a nerd, make him faint, and you're like, oh shit. Leave.
You just let go of him and he just like collapses down.
Yeah, it just faints, and then as you're leaving, you just hear like Nicholas running down the stacks.
Oh, I also put like I rip like a bit of my shirt off, just do a tiny bandage on his finger so he thinks I broke his finger. Like, if he's gone, I'm gonna have some fun with this.
Oh, okay. That is the first failure. I'm running out of D6.
But it was spectacular.
It's really
It's
good.
very spectacular.
It's not double failure, is it?
No, it's alright.
It's not a double failure, is it?
It was a nat 1.
Yeah.
It was. That's a double failure.
I'm so sorry.
The
Stop
tables
reminding him
helped
of the
turn.
rules.
Okay.
But it was so
nice.
funny, it was worth it. That was
Okay, next roll is Moxie, number 2.
Okay.
Moxie, don't trust the
Intimidate.
nerds. Moxie, don't trust the nerds.
Can you persuade the same
handle
nerd to help you?
I mean, I could just talk to the furniture and say, have you seen any maps? And you.
But that would be too easy.
Yeah, but I
mean,
did get
that-
a nat 1.
You would still have to roll some kind of persuasion when you're talking to the furniture, actually. So that could still be quite fun. Even though I did say that you'd get an auto success.
Yeah.
But you can still roll.
But it's
for
whether or
fun.
not you
But it
get
can
it.
still be fun.
Well, see,
I mean, maybe the table's a dick.
I mean, the things like the furniture might not know.
True.
Might know nothing. Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I will be rolling to see, yeah.
Cast Fireball as a threat. This prediction works real well.
What's the plan, Moxie? What are you doing?
So, trying to think how I could
Visible.
how I could arcana this as well.
I wish I used see invisibility and seen if it was invisible or something.
You know, that would be. It's definitely going to be related to investigation, right? Because you're searching out.
There it is.
It's not a book, it's just like a child.
How does it describe arcana?
It's your understanding of magic and magical history.
Yeah,
and
lore about spells, items, symbols, traditions, planes of existence, inhabitants of those planes. Yeah.
You look like you know your way around the restricted section. all the dodgy parts.
Necromancy.
Yeah.
You just persuade Marika to.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I mean, yeah. And I don't know that that the furniture is gonna know anything. I mean, I might just do it for fun anyway afterwards. But
Okay.
but yeah, no, I think I'll do for my actual role. I can do like Actually, yeah. Can we do this? So like, no one's getting advantage on this, are they?
No. Not
So-
unless you
so that's-
specifically seek our help.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Could I?
Could Seal not have helped me intimidate him?
No. He's so far
just
from
like-
intimidating. He'd have made it worse.
Could I use my spell, like speak with furniture, to then get hopefully try and get some information from a bookshelf, to then get advantage on like an arcana roll? Would you allow that?
I would absolutely allow that, yeah. If you burn the spell for an advantage, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, let's do it. Let's cast a spell.
Oh, not that you would do it now, but I would tell you about the body I found.
Oh.
No, not for like now
Yeah,
necessarily, but
yeah.
just
We lose Moxie's day of research while she goes and plays with the skeleton.
I look forward to seeing how you try and get out of the fucking...
how to get out. Go and visit the.
I can just go
Oh, I
talk-
see, I
just
see.
go
Go
talk
and put
to
it
it, no
in the
problem.
subtle house.
Oh, shit, I didn't think of that. Anyway.
So cast a spell, from my wand along one of the bookshelves, and it's like,
Okay.
speak, yeah. So
You,
how does a
There's a kind of faint shimmer over it as it like goes in and out of focus in your view. And then with each word and each noise from it, it kind of vibrates because it doesn't have a mouth or anything, so it's like vibrates. Hello. How many questions do you have?
3.
Could that be every voice you do from now on?
up to 5 questions.
Fuck.
I am old.
Are you?
Really?
That's not a question.
No, I'm not there.
I'm looking for a map. Do you know any maps of?
Yelanriae?
Yeah, any maps of Yelanriae?
I hold books, not maps.
Oh,
This is so good.
Okay. What about do you know?
Any friends?
Yeah. What section would be the best place to look in for maps on
I am
Yelanriae?
a bookshelf.
The map section. Oh, I kid.
Oh, a joker.
Yelanriae and a map. Sometimes books talk about maps, but they don't have maps in them. I have had a book on my shelf that was a map and also a book.
Is it a book of maps?
Some
The
books,
bookcase to go. I love him.
some books hold more secrets than you think.
Does this conversation go on for about 3 hours?
It was a whole day.
Yeah. Okay. So, do you still have this book?
I don't think so. Just to check, are you going to use this as your just for advantage, or
That was the original plan, yeah.
and then you're going to
Hopefully
try
got
and
the
do
answer.
what? Find
Arcana.
Arcana to find. Okay.
Yeah.
Such an old.
Try, and he gives you a book reference number.
Oh, thank you very much. No, I mean,
We hear whispers either side of us. I talk to my left, talk to my right. Sometimes the shelves change.
Are you forgetting that this is a bookshelf? I hear shit. Do you?
Yeah, he talks to the shelves on his left and right.
Hey, they got a chat.
I've got a WhatsApp.
okay. I don't know. What do your neighbours talk about?
Books.
You fell into that.
That's the fourth question.
Can we
Just a
take
massive
him?
United fan.
Can we take him with us?
Last one.
Yeah. I don't know.
What have you always wanted to ask a bookshelf?
Yeah. Seen any
Big questions.
dodgy shit lately?
That's my girl.
Someone intimidated. Isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. There was a boy fainting yesterday. Scared. A library is a strange place.
It's very, very fair.
yeah, people die, I hear.
Goodbye.
Moxie then dies.
Roll for initiative.
So good.
Alright, okay, yeah, so let's do this Arcana.
Arcana check. You have a reference number.
Yeah, let's go, the reference number,
Okay.
yeah.
And you're going to use the Arcana check to...
Trying to, lore and stuff on the maps and...
Sure.
Yeah.
Roll it.
Cool.
Roll it, bitch.
Not using that after that.
Yeah, nope. Doesn't even fit. Can you pass me the dunce cap?
Does it even
Does it fit in the chair?
No.
Yeah, well, balance on the
Oh,
chair.
he's too fat for the chair. There you
Sitting
go.
on
Oh,
the
that's
arms.
good.
You like to pass over? I want to have a look at the shimmer.
That's
I shake it around a bit.
Okay. Roll that Arcana
It
check.
needs its dunce cap
Yeah.
back. Oh,
Yeah, 17 plus 8, 25.
it
Very
was
nice.
the other one's a 3.
Oh, bloody hell.
So, you spend the rest of the day digging through the shelf, and eventually you come across a book. You
In a
open
shelf?
Well done.
It, you open it up,
In a library.
and unfolding from its pages of this book from this reference number, a map unfolds. And you start looking on this map, and you know that there was a few of these maps that were that mentioned Yelanriae or the Zarlumai Isles and that on the locate object. And this one, you find a map of the Zarlumai Isles, and it references a book. By the end of the day, you're out of time to find that book, but it's the first mention of a book that talks about the depths underneath the Zarlumai Isles, and it references a specific book by a specific author. And that author is...
Is this an
Dolan Crissaphaene.
Is this like the AA book of maps?
Yeah.
The A to Z.
Yeah.
We got a success on that one, right? So we did get our quota of 4 successes.
You did.
Thank you.
Hey.
And this book was written by an explorer who went by the name Borin of Skur Street.
Boris of Skirsh.
Borin.
Boris.
I thought you said Boris as well.
Borin.
I know you said Borin, but it's funnier if it's Boris.
Okay, so I think we've just got these two left.
Yeah.
Have loads of fun.
So what are you going to do? We can still do your rolls if you want.
Can I take out the compass and locate objects?
You have tried that, I think. Oh no, you didn't.
No, but now that I know the exact title of the book,
Sure. Ahmaya, what are you going to do as well?
come kick
I
the door in.
I was just gonna try and persuade Nicholas just to help us.
Sure. So let's say after the mini revelation, Moxie, you hand over this book, this reference, and Aura and Ahmaya, you're like, okay, let's do this. You pull out the compass. You're going to locate a book titled, or a book written by Borin of Skur Street.
Yeah.
Okay. How many charges do you have left?
It refreshes each day, so let me just double check. I think I could do it 3 times.
I'm banned from the library now, though, don't
But like doing it a 3rd time would risk it blowing up. Yeah, I can do it. I could do it 3 times.
Cool.
If I need to, but the 3rd time,
It'll go in.
the compass might break.
Okay. You go there the following day, and we'll have as many people can join on this day as you want. It just, not too fussed by it. And
I'm banned from the library after making a student faint.
Unless you try to persuade that person.
No.
Aura, you go to your reading table. You guys have properly set up shop here now. It's your last day, but...
No, Yelanriae.
Yeah,
Very good.
Wow, that was good.
Thank you. I'm done for the day now.
You push aside papers, scribbles, and books, and you put one sheet on the table, purely out of fear of getting anything on the table. You place the compass down on it. You focus on the book. This explorer, who went by the name Boris, and the pigment saps from the sand within the compass and spirals around it on the table on this piece of paper, and then shoots off down one of the stacks, wending its way, and you follow it. You follow it round and round, and it's looking. It's trying to find. It's like a snake following a scent, and it gets to a stop. Runs up the side of a shelf along the base of one of the shelves and stops. And as you walk up, follow this ink, the line, you find a thin book, vellum, stained the colour of walnut. It's quite small. The cover is quite flexible. A sheet of patterned leather. And that is where we're going to pick up next time.
Bless you.
Very nice.
I was just trying to hold that.
Thanks for joining us. You can follow us on Twitter or Instagram and listen to us wherever you get your podcasts.